What's good, people? We back with another video today. And this one, well, all day, we're gonna be talking about the 2-0 teams that I'm kinda on the fence on. I'm not sold on these teams just yet, even though they're some of the few undefeated teams left in the league. And this video, we're gonna talk about the Carolina Panthers. Now, I'll be objective. And I'll be straight up that I predicted before the season started for the Carolina Panthers to win 3 games this year. Yeah, not my best moment. Obviously, they're 2-0 right now. So yeah, I expected them to win 3 games all season. They're probably going to be 3-0 after they beat the Houston Texans tonight. But let's dive into it a little bit deeper, and before we dive in, let me just say that I kept this in my head. I didn't say it out loud. Probably should have. Don't think I'm backtracking or anything. But I did say, let me pull up their schedule right now, that a lot of teams that were on their schedule, they definitely could beat, starting with the Jets week 1 with a rookie coach, a rookie quarterback. I definitely saw a path for them to win that game, and they did. I wouldn't have picked them to win, and I didn't pick them to win, but they did win. Same thing with the Saints week 2. Now the Saints week 2, let me pull up the stat real quick. That game was kind of weird because they were missing 5 starters that they had week 1, and they were also out 8 coaches because of COVID, and then of course dealing with the superstorm down there. They were kind of misplaced. They weren't practicing where they usually practice. They weren't playing where they usually play. The game against Green Bay was in Jacksonville. They were practicing in Dallas, so that obviously takes a toll on a team. So I tweeted out before the game that the Panthers had no business losing that game because of all the things I just said about the Saints and what they were dealing with. So that's something that changed before the season. Obviously, I'm expecting the Saints to be full strength. All their coaches there. Not making any excuses, but that's a massive issue. That's a real thing you got to deal with. So, but it is what it is. Panthers are 2-0. They look good against the Jets. They did only score 19 points, but the Jets defense is underrated. I feel like not a lot of people are talking about them. The Jets defense did a good job against the Patriots as well. So I think Sam Darnold has looked good through 2 weeks. He still has some of those. He's still forcing some things. I rewatched the Saints game, and there were a couple throws here and there where one throw should have been picked off. Another throw is like, why are you throwing that pass? But he'll get there. I really like what Joe Brady's doing through these first 2 weeks with Sam Darnold. It's a lot of quick reads, a lot of getting the ball out of your hands quickly, a lot of getting the playmakers, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, let them make plays. I don't think he's asking Sam Darnold to do too much, and that's great. I mean, I'm sure Sam is like, thank you, yes. For the first time in my career, I don't have to do everything. The last couple of seasons with the Jets, he was asked to do everything because they really didn't have that much talent around him. So this year, his first season with the Panthers, you have Christian McCaffrey, who has been sensational. Kind of had a little bit of an injury scare against the Saints. Turns out, I think it was just cramping. They got an IV in him, and he came back and willed the team to a win. Got a touchdown late in the game that pretty much sealed it. We all know McCaffrey's a top 2, top 3 running back in the league. He can run routes better than most receivers in the league. I mean, having a weapon like that, what I harped on in the Trevor Lawrence and the Zach Wilson videos I dropped yesterday. The best way to help out a young quarterback is with a successful run game. And Christian McCaffrey by himself is a successful run game. Doesn't matter the offensive line, doesn't matter the quarterback, doesn't matter the receivers out there. Christian McCaffrey is going to get his because he's a beast. But, Christian McCaffrey also doesn't have to do everything alone now either, because he's got Sam Darnold now. Sam Darnold can hold his own, when you're not asking him to do everything. And then they have receivers like DJ Moore, who, I love DJ Moore coming out of Maryland. He was one of my favorite receiver prospects in that draft class. I think was he the first receiver taken by the Panthers? I think. I'm gonna look that up and put it in the graphic. But I love DJ Moore. He's so smooth as a route runner, a big play threat. He's also a guy who can catch an underneath route and take it to the house. He's very versatile, very multi-dimensional. Caught a touchdown against the Saints. I like DJ Moore a lot. Robbie Anderson, kind of the deep threat for them, and hasn't had the quickest start this year, but I have faith in Robbie Anderson. Let me pull up the Panthers depth chart actually, because other than those two guys, I'm not particularly sure who they have. Oh, Terrace Marshall, of course. They drafted him in the 3rd round, I believe, in this past draft class. So yeah, and again, he hasn't done too much to begin the season, but he'll come along. He'll be better. I'm sure he's still learning, still grinding, and I really liked him as a talent coming out. So I think he'll be perfect in this Joe Brady offense with Sam Darnold at quarterback and all these other weapons taking looks and taking eyes away from him. The one thing I really did not like about the Panthers was their offensive line coming into the season. That's why I thought, I had the Saints beating them because I thought the Saints would overwhelm Darnold. Same thing with the Jets. I thought their front seven, even though they lost Carl Lawson for the season, I thought they take over that offensive line. But so far it's been pretty good. And again, I think it goes into what Joe Brady's doing. A lot of quick passes, a lot of not really forcing Sam Darnold to stand there in the pocket as a statue. He's getting the ball out quickly. Of course, Christian McCaffrey is running the ball, keeping defenses off balance. So I think Joe Brady's kind of masking this offensive line. But, every now and then it could get taken advantage of. And it's still early in the season, just 2 weeks in. So much time left. So we haven't seen it exposed yet, but that doesn't mean it won't get exposed. Now, I'm not expecting it to get exposed by the Houston Texans tonight. But, we'll see. They play the Eagles week 5, Minnesota with Danielle Hunter's coming to town week 6. So, we'll see. We'll see soon enough how the offensive line holds up against some of the better pass rushers in the league. But now, I will say that the defense, man, I guess I was a year late on this defense, because last year a lot of people were expecting the Panthers to be a bottom 3 team in the league, and last year it's storming outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but last year I expected the Panthers to be a really good defensive team, and that wasn't the case. They were very young, so I guess it kind of makes sense in hindsight. But this year, man, like I said, I may have been a year late, because they're stacked. They had an all defensive draft last year, and this year they start off the draft taking J.C. Horn, who just got an interception off Jameis week 2. J.C. Horn's been really good. I'm a big fan of Dante Jackson, who they took a couple years ago. I think maybe the 3rd round. I'm not too sure. But he's another corner. They have AJ Bouye's coming back. AJ Bouye is a good corner, so he'll probably be in the slot right there. Brian Burns, probably the most important piece to this defense. He's has the potential to be a true alpha pass rusher in this league. One of the best young edge rushers in the NFL today. Derek Brown, who they took in the 1st round, 8th overall last year. Morgan Fox, who has gotten rave reviews from guys like Brett Coleman. If you don't know who Brett Coleman is, go check him out on Twitter. He's kind of broken down this defense the past couple days, maybe making a video on it actually. But he's talked up Morgan Fox a lot. Shaq Thompson picked off Zach Wilson week 1. Hassan Reddick, I was kind of low on the Hassan Reddick signing. Now, they didn't pay him a whole bunch or anything. I think it was just like a 2-year, maybe $6 million deal. Let me check Hassan Reddick's contract. I don't think they paid him that much. Oh, it was a 1-year, $8 million deal, $6 million guaranteed. That's what it was. Yeah, so they didn't really pay him that much, and I wasn't really high on him. I know he had the five sack game against the Giants because the Giants are bad. But I wasn't really high on him. But so far, he's been playing pretty damn well, and he's been a pretty solid complement to Brian Burns in this defense. They got guys like Yetur Gross-Matos as well. I mean, the defense really has players, man. The defense is really coming together, and they're only going to get better. It's going to be interesting to watch this young nucleus be able to grow together. And of course, Jeremy Chin, maybe the biggest name on the defense at safety, kind of a hybrid safety linebacker, really all over the field, sort of like a Jamal Adams-esque, Derwin James type of guy. Yeah, man, this defense is stacked. And it's going to be fun to see this defense go up against Dallas week 4. You know, that's probably the first real competent offense they're going to face this year. That's been clicking on all cylinders to start the year, has Dallas. So I'm interested to see what the Panthers can do, man. Shout out Matt Rule. I'm a big fan of him. I really wish that the Giants paid him what he wanted so he could come coach New York. But again, you know, the Giants are an old school mindset franchise. That's why they're so behind the times. And you know, Matt Rule wanted to bring in his own staff and bring in his own coaches and have a big say in the draft. And the Giants don't operate that way, and that's why they suck. Plain and simple. Panthers, they're on the on and upwards with Matt Rule, with Joe Brady, with great forward-thinking ownership and owner David Tepper. Wish the Giants could be like that, man. Really wish the Giants could be like that, but it is what it is. So that's a breakdown, guys. Not much of a technical breakdown, but the Panthers, you know, they've done what I guess they probably should have done. You know, beating a rookie quarterback week 1, and taking advantage of the Saints, who were kind of depleted both on the field and on the sidelines with their coaching staff. So, and they should take care of business this week, tonight actually, Thursday Night Football against the Houston Texans, who are starting a rookie quarterback, Davis Mills, on a short week. So they're scrambling. They're grasping for straws at this point. The Texans are. I'm expecting the Panthers to handle them relatively easily. So their first test is going to be week 4 next week in Dallas. I'm gonna be paying attention to that game. I can't wait for that game. But Panthers fans, not sold on y'all yet. Take it easy. You know, it's just 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. Still plenty of football to go. So that's the video, guys. Make sure you like it. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Panthers fans, let me know what you guys think of your pretty good start so far. And yeah, man, appreciate the love, appreciate the support, and as always, we'll be back on the next one. Peace.